Financial wellness. Reach out to them for advice at 855-DON-GINO. And now back to your hosts, Don Getling and Gino Fronti.
Well, happy Saturday from Don Getling and Gino Fronti on the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show, where for over half a decade now, we've been sharing with you what you need to know, want to know, and should know about real estate and finance and having fun.
Yeah, so can you imagine after half a decade how many videos we have on donandgino.com?
It's got to be at least probably 1,100 probably.
It's got to be more than that. I know what we do is we catalog every show that we do, break it up into a couple of pieces. I know you don't always have an hour to sit down at your computer and watch it, but what we do is we catalog it so you could look up the parts that are interesting to you. Just use the search function on our website, and you could look up financial planners, or you can look up bankruptcy, or you could look up interest rates, or you could look up whatever topic you please and find out more about what's going on.
Well, what's nice is we've always had, the benefit of the show is really to help you. That was our goal of the whole show is to help you know what your options are, regardless of anything that happens in your life.
You mean guide you to personal and financial wellness, Don?
Sounds like a tagline. We should use that, Gino.
Right? Put it on our card or something.
Actually, you should join us here at the Vault Media Studios, our custom-built studio right here at Skyline Home Loans that we built just for you. But the only way you can enter the Vault Media Studios is by going to donandgino.com and click on the live streaming button.
Yeah, and on donandgino.com, that's also our hub. It leads you to all the other things that we're involved in. It leads you, we've got a link there to Skyline Home Loans. We've got a link there to the National Real Estate Cafe, which is something that we've really, really embraced over the last year, maybe a little bit closer to a year and a half now, Don.
Yeah, we consider we have almost 400 videos.
And what that was, is it spawned from the Word on Wealth. 8 minutes a week was not enough to tell you what was going on, so we needed to take about 4 minutes a day, approximately 2 to 5 minutes a day, depending on what's going on. And we try to keep them as short as possible, but sometimes you need 5 minutes to know what's going on in the world.
Well, and be honest with you, that you should check them out. They're kind of fun. Tina seems to like them. She giggles when we watch because we have fun with them. But we mess with the media.
Well, it's important that we do because the reality is that most of the time, some of the time, some of the time, the information you're getting is just entertainment. It really is. That's the reality, is that they're trying to buy eyeballs, and they're not necessarily trying to help guide you.
And maybe they're not experts in that field. So they don't really always know what they're even talking about. They're just reading through a report, and they don't understand the report. And it's amazing how one media company will take the report and spin it in a positive direction. The next media, the same day, can spin it in a negative direction. So what we do is we dissect it and break it down for you so you understand it like the rest of us, mere mortals.
Well, we're always looking for the trends, Don. That's the one thing I think we've really focused on is this a trend or is it just one report? The reality is that most of the time it's just one report. And almost always when you have a horrible report, the next month it's offset by a great one. And almost always when you have a great report, the next month it's offset by one that looks pretty lackluster. So you have to know why those things are happening. Legislation sometimes has an impact. A shorter month, believe it or not. Yeah. The way the weekends lay out. All kinds of different things impact real estate.
Yeah. So again, join us right here at the studio. We have 3 HD cameras on our studio right now, thanks to Furman with AP Productions. And we have the whole posse back there. Hey, girls.
We do.
Yeah, we want to hear you. Yeah, we have a posse now. We have 4 of our teammates back there. And they're just awesome. They always support us and help us put all this great information out to you. Again, you can also go to Facebook. We have donandgino.com. We have the National Real Estate. We have Skyline Home Loans. There's a lot of great information on these.
You're forgetting one. America's Professional Resource Group.
Yeah.
That's actually one of our favorites because it's really where the information. Actually, let's talk about how we built America's Professional Resource Group and why, Don.
We built it one professional at a time.
Wow.
It's true.
It is true. Well, through the radio show over the last 5 years, what we've done is we've met a lot of great professionals. And sometimes we even had a hard time choosing between a couple different professionals, and we interviewed both of them. Remember when we had the Solar Smackdown?
That was cool.
And then at the end, the winner was definitely Mark Figueroa with Green Convergence. And poor Mark, he's actually the worst because I ended up scrubbing him against all the retail solar vendors too. So he's gone through the worst of the scrubbings to see, to remain the winner of the
we
solar.
had all the details too. We're like, so why is this and why is that? He's like, really? Yeah, why don't you come into our place of business, because he's got a great facility that breaks out all the different ways that the solar is installed, how the difference between his panels versus another panel. It all makes a difference, that's for sure.
The other one that probably sometimes hates me is Scott Zimmerman. He's like, dude, nobody ever has asked me that question. I'm like, it's important. He's like, yeah, but people just don't ask that question. I'm like, I'm a nerd.
He is a nerd. So anyways, what Gino's alluding to is America's Professional Resource Group is a group of the very best of the best in all of Santa Cruz. We're talking the guns. These guys and gals are the best at whatever they are, whether it's college planning, estate planning, financial planning. I mean, I just met with Chris Ingram yesterday. It was great. We went through every detail and why is this and why that and what are your goals and what are your plans? Are we on track? It's really fun.
And I'll tell you,
I just did my life insurance.
I know how that happened for you, by the way, because I got an email from Katie saying, hey, it's time for your review. Let's set an appointment.
Yes.
So how nice is that? Your financial planner reaches out to make sure that you have a review, to make sure that everything's still on track, that your goals haven't changed. Because the reality is sometimes goals change. It's not so much about what's going on in the market. It's what's going on in your life that maybe changes the direction of how we should invest.
Well, what I like too, why you want to work with like Chris Ingram or the Ingram Financial Solutions, again, go to aprgi.com and there's all these great professionals. But what's nice, I was meeting with Chris and I asked him about, hey, Gino and I are looking at potential real estate investment. What if I pulled money from this? He goes, well, no financial planner is normally going to tell you that you should be pulling money out of your funds, but if it's a smoking opportunity for you, of course you should look at it. So it's nice that he's honest and looking out for your best interest, not just his own.
Yeah, and he's not real estate averse either, and I think that's important because he understands that real estate should form a part of the investment portfolio. Remember, he's a financial planner, not a stockbroker, and I think that's the difference is why he feels that real estate is important. Now, he also has to keep me in line because I'm a real estate addict.
Yeah, he even said that yesterday. He told me that he goes, now, he goes, now, Gino told me to make sure that he doesn't over-invest in real estate and be too leveraged into real estate again. So it's nice to have that he really pays attention to what our goals are and how we want to accomplish those goals. So it's good. So, again, if you want a great attorneys of any kind, I mean, you name it. We got Myles McNamara coming in next with Comfort Keepers in Home Care, which is now, unfortunately for a lot of us, dealing with our aging parents or grandparents.
So I'll tell you a real-life example because, unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to join you in the next half. But if you guys could talk about this a little bit, is I just got off the phone with my dad this morning. And, my grandma's, in a wheelchair. So he met with his brothers, and he says, look, how come you guys don't take Grandma anywhere? It's their mom. On the weekends. And they said, well, how do we take her to the bathroom and this and that? And I said, well, you could call Myles and have somebody that can assist with that come, and that way she doesn't have to be trapped in the house because you can't get her to the bathroom somewhere. Take her out. My dad takes her out because he takes her out with my mom. My mom helps with that. Right. But if you don't have anybody, call Myles, call his company, and have somebody, and have good quality of life for those last years.
Yeah, we will talk about that then.
Good. I'm just telling you, it's something I just talked to my dad. I was like, hey, I have somebody for that.
All right, if you just tuned in, you're here with Don Gatling, Gino Fronti with the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show on AM 1220 KHTS. In fact, we have a lot of podcasts at KHTS. If you go to the website at hometownstation.com, and again, donandgino.com, there's go to the YouTube channel. There's probably 1,200 YouTube videos now with interviews with some of the best, and those best are now part of America's Professional Resource Group. We're very proud of it because we even have our own magazine. It's a beautiful online magazine. Again, go aprgi.com, click on the Vault magazine, and it's got articles, not ads. All the other things you receive in the mail always have ads, and these are articles teaching you something that's going to change your life.
Yeah, so, one of the things that's interesting about those articles, we always talk about it, Don, is I learn something from them every time. And in them, Chris briefly talks about one of the retirement opportunities or retirement planning tools that he utilizes, and then he did a show on it here, and it was amazing.
Yeah, that's actually going to be in the next magazine.
Oh,
A
the next
plus
magazine.
Whatever equals the
that one.
This. Yeah, it was really good.
It's a math equation, so we don't remember what that is.
But that's why you have to talk to a financial planner, so that they'll explain it to you. But it was really good. So, again, go to donandgino.com, also aprgi.com. If you want our daily video blog on what's happening in the economy today, you go to nrecafe.com. I mean, we got it all for you.
.com.
All right. So when we come back, we're going to talk about a few things. We had a great event coming up in September that Skyline Home Loans is glad to be part of. And then we're going to talk about some of the numbers that have come out regarding real estate these days. We are talking huge numbers. I bet you didn't know that new home sales, we're talking new construction sales, were up 12.4% in 1 month and over 31% year over year. Those are the kind of numbers we're talking about.
That's because the builders are coming.
That's right. The builders are coming. All right, we'll be coming right back to you on the Don Gino Real Estate and Finance Show. Don't go away.